GPT podcast.
That's so much better than what I did.
I own the podcast.
Yes, you own it.
You definitely
I'm
owned
Ryan.
it.
We got
I'm Brian.
over here. We got Syed, who's afraid to open up right now.
Oh, wow. Open up. That's good. Don't open up.
And then today we're going to do a little bit different one. We're going to do a supplement podcast, maybe a little bodybuilding, maybe.
Throw some stuff
We're
in
gonna throw it
there.
out there.
We'll just throw it all out.
So we got Connor. Why don't you give a little introduction about yourself here?
Well, it all started a long time ago.
It's going to get weird right away.
Yeah, no, it is. I run Max Muscle West Hartford, and it's a nutrition shop. We do body scans, sell supplements, and help people out get lean and mean.
And we, Gleason Force Training, we got hooked up with Max Muscle West Hartford 5
Decades ago.
years ago now, I think. My buddy Carl got sponsored by them first, and Carl was sponsored for a long time. And then when he decided to stop competing, that kind of shifted over to the gym. And we've stayed with them for, like I said, I think it's been about 5 years now.
Wow.
So we sell all their products here. Sure, aren't they all like third-party tested?
Yeah, third-party
Which
tested.
is unusual for supplements.
Like
Since most of our people compete USAPL, we need to make sure we don't pop for drug tests.
Yeah, readable ingredients. It's not like you're reading like a different language. So very, very clean. Yep.
So I use the protein every day.
Do you love
Me too. Sometimes. Yeah, I mean, like we've talked many times before about how like powerlifters, it's not like, I don't know, you guys see it more than I do, but not everyone's using supplements, and it's almost like you're missing out on a lot of I mean, just getting your protein intake in. It makes it a little easier post-workout with glutamine, BCAAs, creatine. Like there's a ton of benefits just in the basic supplements that would go a long way for strength and recovery. That a lot of these guys, like ARM, for example, that stuff is awesome. It's got 5 products in one, and it basically, like for the type of training, especially because I'm assuming you guys, it's doing like squatting multiple times a week. It's just like a lot of the same movements. I mean, I can't see how that wouldn't help, so it's definitely something.
Do you think protein is your biggest?
It's probably
It's probably the most accessible supplement, and probably
It's also the most common.
common.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know, like, I mean, you know, the old school bodybuilding thing is like a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Like, I mean, I weigh like 240. That's a lot of chicken in a day.
Yeah.
So, like, to have a scoop or two of Max Pro, which is 30 grams per scoop, like,
Yeah.
that makes life a lot easier than having to try to throw down that much chicken and steak and things like that every day. So, if I can throw in one shake with 30 grams, like, just makes my life easier.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, I'd rather eat steak, but like Max Pro's like
Agreed.
cheaper than that. And
Yeah.
It just,
Yep.
I can't eat steak on the floor every day, so it's just easier to throw down a shake.
Well, you can.
I could.
Yeah.
It'd probably get
Nice.
cold in like
Probably not
2 minutes. So.
But like you said too, like Marie just started taking it.
Oh yeah.
It's like I tell everyone it's probably the best post-workout on the market.
Yep.
It's not just a post-workout, but like that's usually what most of the people that do take it here use it for. Like you said, it's got everything kind of rolled into one, so you don't even have to buy everything.
Right. It's just the base stuff too. It's it's carbs, BCAAs, glutamine, creatine, protein. It's everything you've already heard of. So it's not like this new like creation. Like, listen, this is the new and improved best protein powder ever because it's labeled with our name. It's just a really good product that, for some reason, a lot of companies haven't like produced anything like it. So that's that. But the protein, back to that, like we deal with a lot of weight loss clients and stuff. So to eat, 4 to even 6 meals a day of food, and like considering you could change it up whatever, it's just a lot at first. A lot of people can't do it. So what I usually recommend is try to get your 3 meals in, and then add in 2 protein shakes, whether it's just meals or 1 post-workout, 1 shake. It makes life easier and tasty. And buy one, get one half now.
There you go. I like that. It's morphed into a giant commercial with all the advertisements on there.
Schmiegel.
Schmiegel's part
That's
of the
our
advertisement.
spokesperson.
Should get sponsored by Bang.
I say while everyone.
Yeah, we're literally all drinking one of your biggest products. Anyway, if there's one supplement other than protein that you find most beneficial, you'd recommend? If there was only protein in one thing, what would you?
Personally, I would go with pre-workout.
Okay.
Yeah, because my little fitness journey, as far as like with competing and just being more on the bodybuilding side of things, like pre-workout is like actually one of the first things that I took. I was like, how can this little substance make me feel like I have magical powers?
Yeah, it is magic.
Temporary, but just to get that extra push through a workout, it's kind of like the smelling salts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's that you can do both. I don't know.
It'd be cool if you put it in your pre-workout. Yeah, and you drink it.
That's
Yeah,
very dangerous.
that'd be
Yeah,
ideal.
yeah, that sounds.
Don't do that.
dangerous.
Don't do
Drink
that.
salt.
Yeah, don't.
Can we throw like a disclaimer? Don't do that.
Yeah, we can. Put
You
that
need a
in there.
powerful
No
beard.
one's listening to this period, so we're fine.
For the 72 of you out there, don't do that.
It's wildly accurate. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Is that so? I guess in bodybuilding, I guess there's tends to be more volume per workout. You tend to like have longer days in the gym.
Yeah.
Is there anything you drink intra-workout or?
Yeah, so like personally what I'll do is take my pre-workout like 30 minutes before, and then I'll have my BCAAs during, just because those are really studied supplements and there's a lot more to back those up as far as their benefits. Mm-hmm. Another thing with like BCAAs is I'll throw it in a gallon of water just because it's difficult for me to drink a whole gallon of water just like, all right, shit, blah, blah, blah. So it adds flavor, and then to me, in my mind, it's the belief that it's like muscle insurance. Like if I have amino acids, what my muscle is made of, it's helping to retain some of it if I'm going to cut or something. But then obviously a post-workout too, I would go with I would either use ARM or Max Pro.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you find it differs when you're cutting for a show or anything? Or?
You definitely have to be more selective just because everything is measured. Everything has to be on point. So there's time, I think 3 days out from my last show, I had to stop protein shakes and just eat beef and vegetables. And
That sucks.
yeah, you know what?
Your sport's a lot harder. than
Condiments become your best friend, and so you have to measure those too. So it's like hot sauce or reduced ketchup.
Reduced ketchup
At some point.
I'm really into reduced
bad,
ketchup lately.
Fat-free ranch is what's up.
What is it?
Fat-free ranch.
I thought you said free range.
free
Free
range
range
ranch.
reduced ketchup is really my thing.
Free range ranch on a ranch.
range ranch.
That's where we make it. Cucumbers or something.
Did you do any other strength sports other than bodybuilding at all, or do you?
No, not really. I played football and we did some the basic lifts there, and more of the stuff, power cleans, the squat, all the compound movements. But other than that, I've usually had just a bodybuilding regimen as far as isolation training.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always say that bodybuilding is way fucking harder than powerlifting because it's so much more involved. Even when you leave the gym, the sport follows you with playing nutrition and everything.
Yeah, if you're competing and stuff, it's a 24/7.
Yeah.
But with that being said, there's a lot of things in bodybuilding that powerlifting is super useful for. No one in here is gonna have bad form because that's what that's how you you maximize your lifts.
Yeah.
So it's that's something I look at. But I also start all my workouts, even if the reps are a little different, with my compound movements. Increasing the weight as heavy as I can go. And likewise for a lot of your lifters, I saw some guys doing lat pull downs, just accessory work that obviously is gonna benefit them in some way. Plus, make them look sweet.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is generally early in the workout we're powerlifting, late in the workout we're bodybuilding.
Yeah.
We got to build more muscle. A bigger muscle has the ability to produce more force. We're going to be stronger. So if we can bodybuild and get bigger, it's going to carry over to the main lifts. Where the main lifts we're trying to get stronger, so then we can use more weight on the assistance lifts and bodybuild better. Where you're basically doing the same thing, just in a higher rep range.
Yep.
Where we might be doing 1s to 5s, you're probably doing 8 to 12s.
Yeah, you generally. Yep.
We're not hitting squats very often. It sets at 12, but you're trying to get stronger on that, so you can move more weight, so you can build more muscle. And
you guys don't superset? Is that
we do a lot. We do a lot of superset for our later work. So you'll see someone on their leg day will be doing a split squat right into a leg extension. So kind of like a post exhaust kind of thing. Depending on what they're doing, or they might do leg curls first and then go into an RDL just to try to hit a little bit more hamstrings. So we do that actually a lot. Early in the workout, when you're squatting, it's squat.
Yep.
Focus on the squat, not worried about doing a superset there, but like so when we get into bodybuilding, it's a lot of supersets.
Yeah.
And then depending on sometimes with circuit stuff too, get a little bit more work in.
That's good. I mean, it goes with diet. Have you guys seen that the documentary with like it's like Strongman or something? Basically,
Born
powerlifting.
Strong,
Yeah,
probably.
Born Strong.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but just like someone was telling me as far as the amount of food that they had to eat. I mean, to maintain their weight is
Maintain a competitive 400-pound
yeah,
stature.
exactly.
That's fun.
Yeah, no, but there are a lot of people here like have somewhat thought out meal plans or like diets that they follow.
We have an in-house dietitian now.
Yeah. Yeah, Al.
Sweet.
Albus Dietetics is
Al.
no, it's not. I wish it
Al's
was.
actually a registered dietitian, so like that's what he does for a living.
Yeah.
We have I think most of our members probably at least are tracking a little bit. At least tracking their macros. Probably not going into as much detail as you are, like when you're getting ready for a show.
Yeah.
But if you ask most people, like how much protein do you have in a day, most members here could probably tell you. If they can't, they probably should be able to.
Yeah.
The goal is.
Right.
I don't think people realize how much until they actually do it, how much nutrition can affect their performance here.
Yeah.
Jackie, hope you're listening. I'm going to use you as an example. When she first started tracking her protein, she was just like, she wasn't even close on how much she was hitting. And she was crushing Max Pro because that was the best way she could get her protein. And she still uses it, but not as much because now she's eating better. But she saw body weight came down a little bit while body fat came down a lot, and her performance improved dramatically. And it wasn't that we changed anything to her programming necessarily, it's just that she was feeling her body way better than she was before.
Yep.
And that helped immensely. Or the other ones is like, we've got people that are generally trying to cut for a weight class, and that's always a hard time. So like when they're cutting, if they're eating well when they're cutting, they can maintain performance a lot longer. Or the opposite when they finally decide to just go up a weight class. The tough thing there is you want to make sure. Break. The tough thing is there you don't want to go up a weight class and just get fat.
Right.
So like tracking everything and being smart about it is great for performance. So like I said, I think most of our members here have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if everyone does.
No.
What is this protein you speak of?
I mean, I love the vanilla Max Pro. I mean, I know like protein's important, but it got to a point where I didn't know how important it was because I was just sort of going to Walmart and buy my protein there.
Oh,
and,
Lord have mercy.
Like,
Classic Walmart protein.
protein's protein, right?
Finest money.
No, it is not. I will gracefully disagree completely, because I mean, people are gonna find out anyways. But what they just discovered in a lot of vegan proteins, like very well-known companies, like very well-known companies.
Yeah, just look at
Yeah, yeah. But they're finding like metals and arsenic in some of these powders, and my thoughts on that are basically the FDA has it set up to where supplements aren't regulated, but once they're out there, basically once they get complaints about stuff, then they look into it, and that's what they're finding. So I mean, that, in my opinion, needs to change. But the difference between like a Walmart protein and Max Pro, for example, is you look at the back of the total serving of grams, and Max Pro is 35. So that's the total, everything in there is 35 grams per serving, and 30 of that comes from protein. So like, okay, that's pretty solid, 60% or whatever. You go to a Walmart, generally the protein will be, the total amount will be like 126 grams. And be like, okay, how much protein? 30 grams, quote unquote that one. But then, like, what is the other stuff? So, yes, there is a difference. Stop using Walmart protein.
That's literally the way I describe people, like why they should take Max Pro instead of one of the other ones. It's like Max Pro is 30 grams of protein. I think it's like 1 carb and 2 fat.
Less than 1 gram of fat.
Less than 1 fat.
2 carb.
So it's like 33 grams of like the macros out of a 35 gram scoop.
Yep.
So you're only getting like 2 grams of like the filler for flavor. Where you look at another brand, you're getting like 80 grams of filler. Like what's that filler?
Right.
Or like you said, the ones that aren't tested that have, there's a couple that have been tested recently that were 20 grams of protein and 4 carbs, and once they were tested, they were actually 4 grams of protein and 20
Yeah.
carbs. So you're basically just getting rice flour, or the ones that you're taking vitamins, and like people were testing positive for testosterone
Right.
because like there was actually test in the vitamins. Like,
Yeah, Tyranobol. Yeah, there was some.
yeah, they were
Yep.
popping Tyranobol left and right.
Classic
like, they're
John
I'm taking
Jones vitamins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's one of, like I said, that's why, like being the third party testing,
Yeah.
where most of us compete drug tested.
Yep.
You know, you can pop for something that's a protein, and that's,
That sucks.
yeah, you don't want to go in and be like, oh, I tested positive for a vitamin, because no one's going to believe you.
Right.
No one's going to be like, oh, you took a vitamin and now you have T-ball in your
Right.
system. Like, no, you took T-ball. Like,
But
yeah,
that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and like I said, they've released studies where vitamins have tested positive. Like, that's a problem. And
Yeah, and I can see why that would sway a lot of like powerlifters, especially anyone that competes in natural organizations. That, you know, like, why would I even risk it if I could just do this? But in terms of like ease, and it really just comes down to like the quality of the protein and third-party testing, stuff like that. Which generally you're gonna pay a little more for it, but ultimately it's going in your body. You might want it to not be full of arsenic, or just go,
Some,
you know,
yeah, to some.
yeah.
yeah, and I know that's like, I use the thing here, you know, support your local business too. You know, Max Muscle is a smaller company.
Yep.
Talking about
You were so
the
close.
local Max Muscle here, you know, we're selling it here out of the gym. Like, support your local companies instead of going online, where you can go to a big box retailer and get a much cheaper brand.
With arsenic.
But what do you
Yeah.
what do you get?
You know what?
30 grams of arsenic.
Schmiegel's turning now.
Oh, yeah.
My precious arsenic protein.
Check on
He's
you.
just holding a giant fish of arsenic right there.
So, like
That's a
that-
mercury.
yeah, it's-
That's all the mercury.
you know, yeah, it's a little bit more expensive to buy the Max Pro from here or from your store, but
Yeah.
like when you do it out, like you said, with how much protein you're getting and how much is in there, like per dollar you're getting a lot more protein. It's just more expensive up front, but it's actually better priced.
Yeah. There's plenty of times where customers come into and, you know, they've ordered something offline and they've had issues, so now they think every protein's like that, and I have to explain. First, I'll take a look at it, but then second, I'll show them the difference. And it's almost like you have to let people figure it out on their own. Hopefully, it doesn't involve any toxic chemicals. But I mean, yeah, there's a fine line between, you know, quality and what your aspirations are for why you're even lifting and dieting. Like, you know, do you want to go the easy way out because it's $19.99 for, you know, 100 servings, but
Right.
you're eating dirt? I mean, I've eaten dirt before, but I wouldn't pay
You gave me
$19.99.
dirt one time, did you?
That's a real thing, pump
Yeah.
dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I found a rock in mine. So.
The other one I like though with you guys is like, you guys, like, and this is what I've like, one of the reasons why we actually signed up with you guys, you know, 5 years ago is that you're more about educating the person too. Like, I think you have shirts that say like, get educated, don't get sold.
I think that's their.
And it's,
I think that's their. I
I'm
think
pretty
that's
sure,
our
like,
slogan.
I think we have a couple of those, but like I'm thinking of we have a member here that recently told me that she went to a local supplement store and was looking for a pre-workout. Just said to the guy, I'm looking for something for some energy, and he sold her SARMs,
Yeah.
Aggressive. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she didn't understand why she gained some weight, and I was like, well, you should definitely not be taking SARMs.
Yeah.
And like if she went in looking for energy, like there's a million pre-workouts in the market. That was a pretty simple sell.
Or just like coffee.
Right
Like,
here.
here's a fucking cup of coffee.
Yeah.
coffee.
Caffeine pills, you know, SARMs, and it's not
Yeah.
even in the same thing as.
How do you even
over
get?
here.
But that's why, like, the whole education aspect was like,
Yep.
how did you missed an entire world of coffee, from vitamins to food
And the problem
to
is, like,
fucking SARMs.
when someone comes to me as their trainer, they're expecting me to know what they need to do. So they're trusting in me and what to give them as for an exercise. When I come to you and say, hey, I'm looking for this, I'm trusting in you that you're giving me what I need for the supplement. If I come in and say, hey, I need a pre-workout, you sell me SARMs, like I'm assuming that you're selling me the right thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I tell someone else later and they're like, yo, that's not the right thing. I said,
Right.
that's not okay.
No.
That's like the equivalent of someone coming in here like, I've never worked out. I'm like, all right, max asshole snatch. Let's do it. Like, immediately, like,
And
jumping
like,
on it.
I mean, I was very upset about that. I said, like, you should go back and really complain about this and get your money back.
Yep.
That's crazy.
You should lose
Where-
license.
You you wouldn't do that.
No, it's
And like I said, and I purposely say here, like, we don't sell anything that we don't believe in either. So none of that stuff's here.
yeah, that's a tough one just because it's on a like some of the corporate companies. Like I used to work for it. You'd see it so much that other people are just selling things, and I was like, that doesn't do that, right? Like,
But there's a lot of money
she
involved.
came in here for a multivitamin. You sold her a test booster. So it's exactly this comes down to greed, and it's maybe crappy business models, but ultimately, yeah, people just need to be educated on what they're taking into their body, especially it's slightly anabolic, and you're gonna grow a beard like this guy over
That's
here.
how I got here.
Which, if that was the case, I'd be taking.
I am that person that you're talking about.
Yeah, so what do you take for that beard?
Just SARMs.
Beard oil.
Yeah.
It's beard. It's beard oil.
Sky's just SARMs. I'm just rubbing it all over my face.
Brian will be tested at the next meeting.
Yeah, that's
Test the
walked
beard.
into that one.
Brian has been tested.
I have. Yeah. Believe it or not, they actually picked me out of the lineup. Yeah.
And again, like,
You don't want your.
It's
supplements to be-
intimidating though. That's why. This says,
Yeah.
we have a lot of people that get tested again, so like that's important that we're not taking that stuff.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, if that particular person went and competed and they just happened to test her, popped. I mean, she has no idea, but now she looks
Right.
like no one's gonna believe that.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Is there a point where you can have too many supplements? Like, is there like supplements that you're like, all right, that's superfluous?
It's a really nice word to use.
Yeah, but that was. Yeah, let's take it down from here and maybe.
No, keep
come
it
down.
superfluous.
Superfluous. Well, yeah, no, definitely, because I mean, a lot of people's beliefs on supplements is it's like a shortcut, which is something that I try to immediately cross out of their minds if they walk in the store, because the most important supplement that you can use to supplement your diet and exercise would be protein, because it's directly benefiting the dietary needs that you have, rather than like, okay, yeah, this fat burner, that fat burner, a little bit of that thing over there, and then before you know it, someone can take a lot of supplements as long as it's necessary. That's like going to the doctor and them just giving you like a ton of prescription meds just because they're like, yeah, I don't know, just take them all, see what happens. The extra appendage you grow out of your back, just cut it off. So the same thing applies for me, at least at our store. Trust me, there's plenty of places where you'll go and they'll just try to sell you like everything. They're like, you want that supplement, this one? How about the poster on the wall? And you're like, I'll take the poster, but let's calm down. So
Is the poster made out of SARMs?
can I rub it on my
eat it?
face?
Yeah.
Is it edible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you just, whatever is necessary to your needs. Like if all you need is a post-workout, I'm not going to sit here and tell you need a pre-workout and a multivitamin if you're eating a good diet and you have enough energy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shove SARMs down your throat either.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want
Or
that.
that kind of thing.
It's going to cost
It's just-
extra.
it's-
It's a thing now.
It is a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But there's room for that because the supplement industry is so unregulated that people can take advantage of you in that way.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, they're finding like testosterone in multivitaments.
Yeah, it's an
I mean,
aggressive
they're probably like, this is a
multivitamin.
kick-ass multivitamin.
I feel really good.
I feel really
It must be the vitamin
good.
B. That's what's killing me.
And that's one thing that I say to a lot of people here, though, too, is I think the problem for a lot of people is they want something that they can feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the best supplements, like, you're not going to feel protein. You're not going to feel creatine.
Right.
Like, you're not going to take your creatine every day and just be like, oh, I feel, like, the moment you take it, you feel that boost like what you do from, like, a pre-workout.
Yep.
But the creatine's going to have a huge benefit to your training. Like, there's more studies on creatine than any other supplement we have. But, like, people don't feel it, so they don't necessarily want to use it, even though it's also one of the cheapest ones.
Yeah. Right.
Like, everyone here at this gym should be taking creatine.
Yeah.
And everyone on TeamGPT.com.
And, like, and I mean, I can tell you, like, we probably less than 20% of our people are taking creatine, but I bet you more than 50% are taking a pre-workout.
Yeah. Exactly.
And most of the pre-workouts, like, we'll get people to come in from outside the gym and they're taking some pretty hardcore stem stuff. And, like, I mean, I got a Monster next to me, you guys drink back, whatever, like, it's fine. We have some of that stuff, but, like, there's other stuff that can help you, too, that you might not need. You might not need that right away.
Right. You won't necessarily feel it.
Right.
And that's a lot of like the companies are taking advantage of that. So
Like putting
one of the
caffeine in
BCAAs that you have is a very good BCAA. So that's, I mean, we wouldn't carry it otherwise. but it has beta-alanine in it, which will give you like a feeling,
Feel
which
that tingle.
I get it. Like a lot of people don't have patience. They don't understand that it takes time. And you have to use it consistently every day, like over a span of, a couple months. I get that, but I think part of people coming into the store too, that's like something I get right off the bat, because everyone like still has that concept of, oh, like the miracle pill, I'll just go to my local supplement store. But that's not how it works at all in any avenue of life. Like someone's not going to come in here and be like, my max bench press is 135. Can you get me to 300 tomorrow?
Well, we can. Yeah, you definitely can.
How long do you guys?
Well, I was gonna say that completely relates back to training. Like, I've had clients where like literally say like are new to like exercise in general, but like, well, I didn't really feel in pain for the next week, so it didn't work. I was like, well, no.
Pain.
Yeah, like that's a direct thing. Like, oh, I feel sore, or like it's like you might not. Yes, like you might feel like the beta-alanine, like the tingles.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like it's directly affecting your training.
Right. No, caffeine's like one of the most abused drugs that there is.
Yeah.
But
It's fantastic.
it is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, coffee, you name it. Like, there's been times where I was consuming more than a gram of caffeine a day. And
That's
I just ended up in random places, Paraguay.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah,
Good people down there. Very nice. But, I mean, everything in moderation, and it shouldn't be relied on. Like, all right, I feel this. Like, a lot of the fat burners, there's some really good ones, but there's some that are strictly, if you look at them, it's just stimulant-based.
Yeah.
There's no, like, metabolizers or anything other than caffeine. And it's sad because people think it's really working, but realistically, like, some slight changes to eating habits and training would give you the same thing.
Yeah.
Use the caffeine too, that's awesome, but do it all together.
Yeah.
And then come back and say, yo, I lost 5 pounds of fat. What's up?
Yeah.
I'd be like, cool. We'll be friends.
That's nice.
Forever.
That's all it takes for friendship
Like
is lose
us.
5 pounds.
We're friends.
Friends.
Forever.
Friends forever.
Schmiegel.
Smeagol. Well, speaking of friends forever,
Let's say, are you doing a bodybuilding show anytime soon?
No, I've taken a year off, but I'm considering in the fall. We'll see how it goes. That's back to like patience. I know it takes time to put on muscle, so growing.
Brian said bodybuilding's tough because like you have to, a couple pounds of muscle might take a long time, and a couple pounds on the bar might take a long time, but it's just easier to see the weight on the bar than it is to see the changes for bodybuilding. So
Yep.
so what he's trying to say is you can always switch to
you can
powerlifting.
always switch. We're here.
Keep it in mind.
Yeah.
If my diet, could be a little more flexible.
Yeah.
Chicken and rice 4 times a day.
Replace
Chocolate-
everything with ice cream.
chocolate cake.
You're in our sport.
Chocolate
You're
cake
totally
for
good.
breakfast and
Yeah.
dinner. I mean,
Big chocolate for all meals, and you're all
it
good for
doesn't
powerlifting.
sound that bad.
No, it's nice.
Think of how many powerlifting companies have like their names have like donuts and
Yeah,
bacon
because we're
and
fat as fuck.
bourbon and whiskey in the title.
Yeah.
Brews.
Just a hedonistic sport, I guess.
Nothing against any of those. Just saying. Like,
No, they're all good.
Can't really do that as a bodybuilder.
Yeah, powerlifting is like the perfect example though of like balance, because you guys are training your asses off in here, but still enjoying like the fruits of drinking whatever. Hopefully not every day.
Drinking whatever. is the
Drinking
best.
whatever. Toilet water is great.
But even
Was the last thing I
like
thought.
the old idea of like the fat powerlifter that lifted a ton of weight. Like we've talked about this on other podcasts. Like if you go to USAPL Raw Nationals, like most of the lifters are lean. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you see guys walking around that like it used to just be like the 74s, 83s, the smaller guys. Now you see like 93s, 105, some of the 120s that are muscular.
Lean, yeah.
And then to see a guy like Ray at 400 that has lats and does pull-ups,
Yeah, that's scary.
that's insane.
Yeah.
And that it's a different game than it used to be. You can't just weigh a ton and
Yeah.
hope to
Muscle
lift.
it up.
You need to eat right too. You need to supplement right. So.
You might get strong, but your heart will also explode.
Right, that's the other thing. It's like,
Just combust.
how long can you stay at that if you're going to be that big?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
what's your favorite flavor of Max Pro?
That's a good one. Chocolate peanut butter. Tastes like Reese's Puffs cereal afterwards. That wonderful moment where you're just staring at it, you're like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then you do it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm glad I did it. That's my favorite part.
That's my favorite thing too.
It's not that epic when I go through the motions, but to just, think it out for you. How about you guys?
I've only had the vanilla.
Okay, that's, yeah. You could have just said vanilla. Would have hurt my feelings less.
Wow. Well, vanilla you could add flavors, so I always get vanilla because then if I'm not feeling s'mores for an entire month,
True.
I guess I always.
Or chocolate malt.
Let's say
True.
if
Chocolate
Max
malt.
Muscle was listening right now, the thing that I've been asking for years, I know is not gonna happen, is like, I would get chocolate and vanilla like in 4 or 5 pounds, that's fine. I want like a half a pound to a pound of every other flavor.
True.
Because like I was saying this the other day, like I like orange, like I'll make like a creamsicle,
Yeah.
but I don't want that every day.
Right.
Same thing, I don't want the blueberry every day. But like if I have like a scoop, like if I have 1 blueberry a week, 1 orange a week, that's great. You know, you got rid of tiramisu. I thought that was my
That was a
favorite.
flavor?
I love the tiramisu.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think they got rid of that one.
Which is why I want to try that new cafe one.
Yeah.
Like that looks good, the cafe latte. Like,
Yep.
I want to try that one. But
Love
I
lattes.
have cinnamon roll and vanilla at home right now.
Solid. Solid. Cinnamon roll's good.
I put the cinnamon roll in oatmeal. It's
Yep.
like
Ah,
it's delicious,
that's nice.
It's like the brown sugar cinnamon Pop Tarts, but more
but
protein.
healthy.
Yeah, more protein.
So
Well, if someone were to want to buy a product like that, where would they find it? Where is the store located?
Max Muscle West Hartford,
Oh,
625 New Park Avenue.
There we go.
There's gonna be a sound on the podcast.
There's gonna be an
right?
explosion
Like
at the end.
or like
You
a-
said that, and it goes right to the
Wow.
store.
if you live an hour away from there, like we do,
yeah.
we have everything here. We have like our little pro shop here that we do go through Connor and get stuff down here and
The plug.
make it a little bit easier instead of having to drive up to West Hartford all the time like I used to do every week.
Well, there's multiple things you do. You know, the ice cream.
Gotta get the ice cream for my mom. Gotta bring my daughter to the grocery store. These are things they're important.
You drive through West Hartford and like it's like the mayor's in town. Everyone's like, "Hey, Lisa, what's up, man?"
They know I'm gonna spend a lot of money that day. But yeah, I mean, anything else you wanna throw out there?
Put your sunglasses on.
Yeah, let me explain what these are. You pick up an accent too.
No accent.
No, I really can't do it. There's a sound. But. Well, I think the most important thing that you could take away from this is that if you don't use Max Muscle products, you will die.
Good. And scene.
Thank you so much for listening. To send in questions, DM me on Instagram at Syed_likes_stuff. Follow the gym on Instagram at Team GPT. For more information about the gym, visit GleasonPerformance.com and join the team. For online coaching, go to teamgpt.com.